Yakubo Gowon has started again. In fact, they said the Igbo leaders have said Yakubo Gowon's, war statement can ignite, you know, issues in the country. And the Igbos demand an apology from him immediately, saying what has happened is unprecedented. And before we could say any further, we need to be very, very clear that things are done, properly, decently, and in order. So this is exactly what is happening, and everybody is watching. Yakubu's one statement can ignite crisis. Igbo leaders demand apology from him immediately. Well, I don't think much is going to come out from that apology because he's not ready to apologize to anybody or to anyone. So it is what it is. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Let's get all the details. A former governorship candidate of Great Nigeria People Party, GNPP, in Abia State, Charles Okechukwu Okereke, has advised the former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, to immediately apologize to the Igbo nation and Nigerians in general for his recent statement at the Aso Rock Villa, as reported by Daily Independence. The apology, he said, could calm the minds of many people who, according to Okereke, felt offended by the statement attributed to Gowon. This is coming on the heels of some of what recently the head of state said, was recently quoted as saying, I know, and I know I can remember when I was fighting the war. I was told I was too slow and probably Nigerians cannot make it, and that we should seek discussions. Well, did we do it or not? But speaking to Daily Post in Umahia on Wednesday, the former governorship candidate advised General Yakub Gowon to immediately do the right thing as an elder statesman, to refrain from making statements that may make Indigbos and other nations to start remembering the ugly incident of the war and how it all went. Okereke, who said that Nigerians were going through horrible situation at this time economically, says we cannot continue in this way, in this manner at all. He said that it was wrong for Yakub Gowon to compare his military administration with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as, according to Okereke, decision to create 12-state structure instead of implementing an agreement he signed with Ojukwu before the civil war was responsible for the crisis of the nation and what is still facing Nigeria today. And until we do the right thing, things will not fall in place. Why is he comparing himself with Tinubu? He is supposed to have retired. He should look for things that are right and will make this country better rather than do anything that will destabilize the fragile peace we are having in this country. Yakub Gowon does not express or represent himself as an elder who wants healing for the nation. Rather, he's comparing himself with is comparing himself and saying, trying to pose as though he has done very well by destroying lives and property during the time he had opportunity to govern Nigeria. Why would he be comparing Tinubu's administration, civilian administration, with what he did when he was Nigeria's president? So that's the Yakub Gowon being told by Mr. Okereke that, this guy has not done well at all. And what he has done has gone, beyond words. And if anybody is going to be very honest with him, he said Yakub Gowon needs to apologize to the people, for the decision he has made and for how far he has come with all of this. So there is something seriously wrong. And if you don't want to, if you're not careful, you will think that, everything is right. So if you look at the whole thing, Yakub Gowon, what he said at that point in time and how he went about things, is beginning to affect the nation, affect the people, and every single person is watching. You see, so these are some of the things happening These are some of the things going on, and everybody is, is questioning and asking Yakubo Gowon to do the right thing immediately. So, my lovely people, what do you think? How is all of this going on? Okay, so let's be very honest, let's be very sincere. It is important that everybody begins to align with what is true, what is needed to bring this country into, into alignment, especially first and foremost into responsibility of, taking responsibility for what you have done, apologizing in the very first instance. Okay, if there's need for apology, that's the first thing to do. Not comparing yourself with Tinubu and telling him that we started it. They said I was too slow. Inciting the people the more. That's not what we should be doing. No, that's not what we should be doing. We should be building bridges, not destroying bridges. So Kereke picked that out of his statement and said Yakubo Gowon needs to sincerely, truly, first and foremost, apologize, to the people for the part he played in destroying so many lives some time ago, rather than just sit back there and make it sound like, everything is all right, that what he did can be pardoned. Yeah, first of all, he has not apologized, and that pain is still very much there. So we need to heal as a nation, and those who have done it, who are still alive, should start from, first of all, apologizing and truly, sincerely speaking out for the truth, rather than just, being there and doing nothing, to sort out and to save this nation. It is important that every single individual begin to line up in the position of truth, and and make things proper. So Yakubo Gowon, his time as military head did not is not a good memory for Nigeria. It may be sounding very subtle and quiet now, but these were people who made decisions that affected lots of lives. Their decision affected lots of lives. And so we cannot afford to be silent and quiet in the face of all that is happening. Every one of us should do everything humanly speaking possible to ensure that change really come and Nigeria becomes a better place. You see, so Yakub, you need to think about your actions, the consequences of your decision, and apologize to Nigerians if you have considered it and you feel there is need for it, so that healing can begin. Okay, so that healing can begin. Anyway, my lovely people, what do you think? With all of this going on, it is important that we begin to look at things more critically, truly, and honestly, so that we can move forward. The days upon us are so, so important, and every single individual must understand that if Nigeria advances and things move forward, everybody will benefit from it. So let's not leave ourselves to chance. Leave us a comment. God bless. Bye for now.